Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Rebecca. That was a wonderful introduction. And thank you, Steve. I've seriously got some big shoes, just like you had from Joy. I've got big shoes to fill from your presidency. Luckily for me, I haven't worn shoes for about 15 months and my feet have grown. So I'm in with a chance. But anyway, we will see what we do. But first of all, I want to say thank you to Steve and thank you so much, Rebecca, for that lovely, lovely introduction. And now, what I want to say to you all is just well done. Well done. You're here. Well done for getting through the last 15 months of, oh, good heavens, whatever. It's been really tough. So well done for being here. Pat yourselves on the back and long may that last. But I'm very, very aware that there are people out there who've had a very, very extremely painful time. And that that painful times, they're continuing for some of them. And for you, I want to send my love. However, for me, I'm one of the lucky ones. And I'm one of the lucky ones because I've done well. My business is well. My family are well. My friends are well. I am well. So I'm very grateful for where I stand at the moment. However, oh my, did I struggle in that third lockdown. It was weird. It's not like me, but I really struggled with, I don't know what. I found it tough, really tough. Now, I can talk about the neuroscience and the psychology and the reasons behind that, and I'm certainly not going to do that now. But I felt like a caged bird. And that I was just longing to fly away, just get away from all of this stuff. But where would you go? On Mars, perhaps. That's probably about it at the moment. But I just felt like this caged bird that was confused and, dare I say, stagnant. And the word stagnant is weird because I had so much going on. I was really, really busy, but stagnant is how I felt. And that got me thinking about this word stagnate. And I wondered if there is such a thing. Because can we actually stagnate when we're in a swirl of indecision and fear? Because after all, the swirl is moving, isn't it? So that doesn't make sense to me. That seems like a contradiction. And the brain doesn't switch off. That's moving all the time. And we also experience imperceptible changes and feel that we're not going anywhere, but the changes are still going on. So I've come to the conclusion that in this context, stagnate or stagnant is a misnomer. I don't think it happens at all, because if you think about it, we think we are stagnating in a dynamic of movement and of change, which is also a contradiction. So what I prefer to think of is that we can actually take deliberate choices. We can take deliberate choices and control in what we are doing. Like, for instance, if you woke up tomorrow morning and you decided to stare out of the window and do nothing, that is still a deliberate choice, and there is movement going on because you are taking some respite from whatever you want to stare out of the window from. But also you have got this delicious moment where new ideas will come to the surface and new thinking. Or perhaps you're going to wake up in the morning and decide to redecorate the house. That's lots of movement. There's no stagnation there. Or something in the middle. But the point is that we can decide what we do with deliberate choice. And when we decide what we do with deliberate choice, that is when we thrive. So I started to feel better. I started to think, well, okay, in my little mind, if that's what's going on, that's really good, isn't it? So if I can't stagnate, I certainly can't go backwards. So I've got to go forwards. And then I thought, okay, if I can only go forwards, that means I grow, doesn't it? Doesn't that work? And that was it. That was this major light bulb moment. That is when I gave birth to the idea of the theme for my term of office with you as your national president. I came up with the theme of going for growth. Isn't that so cool? Going for growth. We together are going for growth because we cannot stagnate. We cannot go backwards. We can only go forwards. And if we do that with deliberate choice, oh, we're magnificent. We truly are, because those curveballs are going to still keep coming. It might not be the pandemic. It's called life. Curveballs keep coming. And so we've got to be ready for them. And we need to be in charge of our destiny. And I am so switched on to being in charge of my destiny for as much as I possibly can. And that is what I want for you. I want us all to thrive magnificently. Now, from that, I started to think, well, okay, we've got the theme now. We've got going for growth. But it's a bit generic, isn't it? There's not much meat on the bone. So I've come up with 5 sub-themes, and I think you'll actually enjoy the process of these. The first one is called Growing with a Team. Now, this is for people who want to build an empire with people on the payroll to help them get there. Then we've next got growing it alone. That's for people who don't want any of that fuss. They want to simplify things. They want it just to be themselves, but they want to grow as well. Then we have growing new seeds. Now, growing new seeds is for people who are innovative and got really edgy ideas. And we're seeing lots of that since the pandemic began. There's loads of amazing things happening out there. And that's also for people in the PSA, if that is what floats your boat, is growing new seeds. And then most deliciously, we have got growing with collaboration. I love this one. Growing with collaboration is for us who want to collaborate with other people in our industry, maybe for small projects or maybe for longer projects, but nevertheless growing with collaboration. And then finally, we have got growing the whole you. Now, growing the whole you is taking you as a business person, and a speaker, of course, and you and your well-being, and bringing them together center stage so that you're healthy, so that you thrive really, really well. Now, I'm hoping that you relate to one or two of these themes. And I'm hoping even more that you will embrace this whole concept with an open mind, because even if you don't relate to the other 3, maybe you can learn about them and park them in your memory somewhere so that you can revisit them at some point in the future when the time is right for you. And now, drum roll, this theme, of course, is going to be the theme for our conference, our summit in October, October the 8th to the 10th. How cool is that? So this is Going for Growth, our Speaking Business Summit, October the 8th to October the 10th. Now, what I'm very excited about, extremely, and I'm trying to be really calm and very sensible, but I am really excited because we've got a little twist to the summit this year. Now, we're still in a situation of mass uncertainty. Goodness knows where we're going to be in October. We don't know where we're going to be tomorrow still. We've got to follow government guidelines. We don't know what's going to happen with the pandemic. We've got people who are actually afraid of coming back into the room because of their own health and their safety. So we have to respect that. So at the moment, the summit is going to be virtual. However, the twist is this. We are hoping that on the Saturday you come together with a group of friends and actually join in the summit with a few people around you. So it goes like this. On the Friday and the Sunday, you dial in as you would normally. But on the Saturday, you maybe come together with your region or with your buddies or whatever, and you find a venue with the suitable AV and join in that way. That way, if there's social distancing or if there isn't social distancing, if there's mask or there's no mask, at least we are bringing people together again safely and with respect. And on top of that, this little twist. Oh, by the way, you will be getting some information from the office about this. Now, on top of that, we have also organised 3 really incredible speakers for you for the summit so far. The first one is going to actually open our summit, and that is the incredibly inspirational Chad Hymas. Now, when this man speaks, you can't help but feel inspired and learn just by his delivery alone. Secondly, we have the most incredible, dynamic Dornison Lewis. Now, Dorna, when she gets on stage, it doesn't matter what curveballs are coming at her. It doesn't matter what the circumstances. This woman will thrive and she will blow your mind. And that is what we want. We want her to blow our mind. You are going to adore listening to her if you don't already know her. And Our third speaker, already arranged, is our very own homegrown Heather Townsend. The reason why is because Heather is making a huge success of growing with a team. And she's got a very no-nonsense approach with her do's and don'ts to build a team. So get your pens ready for that one. Whilst I'm on the subject of speakers, we have got the call for speakers going out this week. Now, if you're relating to any of these sub-themes that we've talked about, if you have expertise in these sub-themes, if you can show that you can deliver practical insights and really good takeaways for our members in October, then please apply to speak for the conference in October. It will be fabulous to have you on board. So I'm hoping for loads and loads of people to request that. So the conference is going to be oozing with value, oozing with excellent fun and good humour and friendship and camaraderie. That's what it's going to be like. And as an addition, in a few minutes or in the next hour or so, the tickets will be on sale. And so the sooner they buy them, the cheaper they will be. And I am going round to the regions from May the 4th, all 13 regions very quickly, because I want to spread the word about Going for Growth. Now, this Going for Growth theme is not just a theme, it is actually something that we are going to be very proactively working towards up to the summit in October. And then we will rethink it and keep growing from there. Okay, so when you are thinking about going for growth, when you are thinking about the sub-themes that you relate to, maybe you've thought about them already before I began to speak. Maybe you're thinking about them now, maybe you'll think about them next week, whatever. But whilst thinking about them, what I'd like you to do is consider what impact that theme will have on your business. What impact will that theme have on your clients? And what impact will that theme have on your life? It's a big question. So think it through and bring it to the regional meetings when we start and really get this ball rolling. I'm so excited about it. I am extremely honoured to be your National President 2021-2022. As you can see, I'm a bit of a Tigger. So I will be bouncing around with excitement and enthusiasm, and I will try to be conservative about it, but I'm really, really, really excited. So let's roll our sleeves up, join me in Going for Growth, and let's really, really have some fun with it. Thank you so much for listening.